Hello, 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 my friends, my people, even though there's no one in the live stream at this moment. But uh, hello, everybody out there. If you're watching this pre-recorded, welcome to the Sensational Gent. I am your host, Sean C., and this is TSG live stream number 11. So if you don't know what this channel is about, this channel here is about living your best life. And that comes in all sorts of forms, okay? And and we talk about things that are we talk about motivational things that are going to improve who you are, right? And especially because here in this live stream, we are usually talking about positive stuff. The people that you have around you will dictate your success. And I know for a fact that the people that I am proud to call friends are, for the most part, positive people, which only makes sense why my life goes certain ways, even when it goes bad. So again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Right here, we do motivational stuff, humor, and just showing you some living life kind of stuff. So if that appeals to you, go and smash that. But I promise you, if you listen to this live stream, you will get something from it. And that's all I really care about. Let's go to the chat real quick. Let's go to the chat. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a little slow. I am a little slow. Oh, that's how you do it. Jesus. We got Neil saying, looking forward to your live today. Yes, man, I appreciate you. Do y'all hear me out there? I don't have a way of doing I don't have a way of doing my own sound check, right? So let me know if you guys hear me right now, okay? And then let's go back. Brick Girls Go Stateside says, hello. Well, hello to you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. I really do. Sorry, y'all, I'm on some chill stuff today. I'll have a video on it. I don't even know it's worth the video because I don't know, whatever. I'll figure it out. Yep, loud and clear is what Neil says. Okay, well, thank you all for being here right now. I really appreciate you guys. So I know you guys saw the title and you saw the thumbnail and you're like, what is this about, Sean? Right? And so I want to make sure that, like, obviously for you all that are in the chat, you guys know what I've been through. For you guys watching pre-recorded or have never watched any of my live streams, maybe you have no clue, or maybe you've never watched a video of mine. Welcome. And if you haven't, then obviously you're going to need some context in the backstory. So again, make sure my shout outs are correct. Where are we at? Okay, so again, I have Brick Girls Go Stateside here. All right. Lucy and her mom, Julie, they do a great show. You want to go over there and check them out, giving you different perspectives of British ladies who are experiencing stateside and a whole bunch of other stuff too. I promise you won't be disappointed with this channel. And then you have my boy Neil. I have a story to tell. If you go over and check his channel out, he's about positive motivation. He also has his Make It Make Sense Friday, where he goes on these funny, what it makes sense rants that you're going to get something good from it. And not to mention, he has his money makers, right? So we talk about anything with the gig economy. This guy knows all about it. So if you want a shout out, make sure that you leave a comment and I will shout you out. Without further ado, I stole that from somebody else. I'm sorry. What happened to recap? Well, all right, yo. Let me take a sip of this Coke before I get into this. All right. Let's go ahead and switch that thing up real quick. I'm going to give one more. All right. Let me take that off the screen real quick. All right. If you don't know, again, we have the Living Your Best Life t-shirt. I'm going to put a link on this after the video, but you have the Living My Best Life t-shirt, TSG in the middle, the Sensational Gent. So we got shirt number one. I will be making some more shirts. The other thing is I talked to you, Lucy, and you asked about female shirts. I said I was going to put that on the site, and I was tardy on that. Obviously, have been dealing with a lot. Didn't really think to go back and do it, but I promise I will have the female version of that. And I plan this week to hopefully put out a different or another shirt. So there's a couple more options. So thank you all for that. All right. So back to what we were discussing. Okay. So to recap for you all, make it short and sweet because I know people have already heard the story, but I want to put this back out there. And it's important really to know what happened the other week. Now, this happened about 10, 11, 12 days ago, right? What I'm about to tell you. So that night, a buddy of mine calls me up to go out. I said, you know what? Sure, let's do it. So we go out downtown Las Vegas. So we're in downtown Las Vegas. I park in a spot that I always park at. There's about four to five spots I usually choose when I go downtown, and usually one or more of them are usually available. So this is something that I've been doing for a very long time. Okay. I'll get there. Yeah. So yes, Lucy, I will let you know. I promise you. Okay. So I usually park in the same few 4 or 5 spots, right? Go ahead and park there. You know, I'm pretty certain I locked the door. I checked everything. Everything was straight. So I go out and have a good time. Now that night I had a little bit more than I should have. I had a friend that lived downtown. So I asked, could I crash by them so I didn't have to drive, right? That was being responsible. That was the right thing to do. Okay. So when I finally came to and went to go to my car, of course, I look around. I don't see my car. I do see another car. So what do? You look, you make sure you're at the right street, your right surroundings. Okay, when I was here last night, I saw that. Everything said my car should have been right where it was at. Unfortunately, people, it was gone. Okay, my car was completely gone. SUV. It was an SUV too. So just done, just not there. So, you know, I at first assumed it got towed, even though that's not a tow zone. That's what I assumed. So I made a couple calls. They were like, yo, we don't have it. The tow people for that area, they said they didn't have it. They sent me to a site in which if anything gets towed, you put in the numbers and it's on that site. I kept plugging in the numbers, nothing. The other thing is I also, call the police department, which they put me on hold for a long time with my phone dying. Hey, I had to hang it up. So I didn't file till later, but I did file a missing that my car was stolen, right? So let me get this off the screen, y'all. Excuse me real quick. So I filed that, okay? I filed it. So everything should be good to go, right? I called my insurance company. The insurance company says, well, you know what? We're going to take a look at this. We have some means and stuff, and we'll get back to you at another time. But we got to look at it in our own way and try to find your vehicle. I said, you know what? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then we talked about rental reimbursement because I have a rental car, and it's like, hey, this should be reimbursed, right? And they're like, nah, because you don't have full coverage insurance. So you might be asking, Sean, why don't you have full coverage insurance on your car? Well, first of all, I'm Poe. Okay, don't get it twisted. I'm doing okay, but your boy is Poe. Okay, I ain't got no money. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. Look. If I need gum, I just peel off my shoe. Oh, that's nasty. Jesus, that's disgusting. Cut that out. Oh, you can't cut it out. It's live. Jesus, I messed up. All right, don't y'all listen to that. Right? But anyway, back to the story. Listen, call the insurance people. See what's going on. Right? They're like, well, comprehensive covers total losses, theft, acts of God, whatever that means. All right. They said all that's covered by comprehensive. When you go down to liability, you don't have comprehensive. So my car being completely stolen means that I get nothing other than the valuables they ask me about inside the car, which case they make a, okay, should be about this much, and they just hand you a check, which it probably wouldn't have been no more than a few $100. It wouldn't even cover the cost of my rentals. Let me give a quick shout out real quick. Miss Amechi, how you doing? Wanda, how you doing tonight? Thank you for coming to the live stream. I appreciate it. What you've missed so far is right now I'm just going through what happened before. All right, just for the people that's gonna watch this later, and then I'm gonna go ahead and update this story. And we got some shout outs. Yep, we got some shout outs. Everybody giving each other love in there. I appreciate that, you guys. Let me get back to I'm doing all kind of everybody giving each other love. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead. Y'all go ahead and circulate and percolate. Okay, so what did I tell you guys, right? So at the end of the day, you had my insurance company telling me probably I wasn't getting any money from my completely gone and stolen car. It's gone. So you guys know that I did the live stream last week, and I also put out a short clip from that video about my car being stolen. And I also threw some positive messages at the end of the shorter video just to show you what we talk about here, okay? So go check out the Sensational Gent. There's the videos that we have about the car being stolen, but I think I recapped it okay. Again, there's some really positive stuff you can get from that discussion, okay? So I hope you do. Right? So we talked about that. And I kept my head up, people. Look, the other thing that happened is when your car or something that big or something that valuable gets stolen, I mean, that you put your hard work, sweat, blood, tears into, then you feel like you have been violated, taken advantage of, run amok, led astray, okay? That's what you feel like. All right? That's what I felt like. I felt violated when my car was stolen because that was part of my plan. Look, I can get into how cars depreciate as soon as you take them off the lots and stuff like that. But I paid my car off and it was still had a lot of value, which means that that's money that I looked at as having later on. Now, if you guys don't know, this channel will eventually be a travel vlog and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm still going to do some comedy in there, but it's really going to be about my travels around the world, all right, in different places and locations. And I hope you all are here with me for this journey till I get to that journey. But me having my car taken away and stolen from me in that manner, the thing was worth anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000, right? On the high ends in the tens, okay? It still had value, which means that whenever I decide in the next 6 months to a year or whatever, that I decide I start making my travels full time and I go ahead and I live my best life, right? That is money that I can sell that car, and that's part of the money for leaving. Not that I can leave without it, okay? But that's extra so that there are no worries. If there are any complications while I'm gone, the money is to be there as a bridge to be able to get me home or get me somewhere else if I have to. Okay? Let's go to the chat real quick. Big Girls Go Stay Aside. The Lucy says, hold up. God dang it. Wow, today. There we go. It is so awful when someone does something like that to you. It's not the same at all, but our car was broken into a few months ago. We felt totally horrible and violated. That is a great point. It is terrible. And let me tell you, Lucy, that when I lived on the east side of town, I don't even know which way I'm pointing right now. When I lived on the east side of town, which is in front of me, okay, that side is all intents and purposes the hood, okay? Now, I've lived in hoods in New Orleans. That hood is the hood. It's just here in Vegas, these people weird, okay? They're weird looking. Jesus. Look, I can't explain it to you. Come to Vegas and just go out on a normal street and you will see at least one weird thing a day in Vegas. If you're out long enough, you're going to see it. I'm just letting you know. But anyway, when I lived on that side of town, my car got broken into, the same one that got stolen. Okay? They broke into my car. There's a little plastic insert that goes into the center console. They pulled that thing out, right, and took whatever was in it, grabbed what they could. When they got busted by the neighbors, they took off. It was 3 young kids. And I say young kids, they were teens. Maybe early 20s, right? But they were kids. So they grabbed that center console. You know what they got out of it? They got $3 in change. And they took some of my wires, which some of those wires weren't going to help them anyway. Okay? They took that. And so when I went to go call this into my insurance company, they said, well, your deductible is $500. The window only costs $360. So we can't cover it. So that came out of my pocket for $3 and change. $360 came out of my pocket for $3 and change. I can't believe it, people. They stole from me. So trust me, I understand, Lucy. Had my bike stolen. Look, I used to buy cheap bikes all the time. When I was in Hawaii, I cycled all the time. So this bike that I had was over $300. I bought a road bike, okay? I bought a road bike. And this thing was, you know, it wasn't the best. You don't have to click your heels, your feet in there. But that thing did a lot for me. Within the first 2 weeks of living on that side of town, they busted into the patio area and lifted that thing out and took it. So yes, I know what it feels like to have your stuff stolen. Let's see what else we got here. Neil says, yes, to have the mental mindset to keep going is showing your strength mentally. Man, I ain't got no choice. Again, I'm not going to put it out for everybody here, but I've been through some stuff that these situations are nothing. They're nothing. It's just things, people. You can replace things. Ladies and gents, I should start saying that. I should use the word gent more. Okay? Man, look, let me tell you. I told you I don't like these. Okay? I cursed last week. I'm going to try not to this week, but I don't like these. I can't stand them. Like, I mean, you work hard for something, right? You're going out there, you're doing everything the right way. You're doing the things the way people tell you to do it. Okay, here it is. You work hard for what you've got, right? You're talking about, I don't know what your job is. Maybe you're on salary, maybe you're on hourly. Okay, it doesn't matter. The point is you go out and you do it, or you stay at home and you do it. Whatever the heck you putting in the work, whatever you're doing to make your money, and somebody gonna come along and not put in the effort for them to take what you work for, please, man, get out of here. I can't respect that. Right? That's why I don't respect thieves and I don't respect liars. Now, if you steal because you're trying to feed your family, man, can I be mad about that? You know, you got stores and businesses that just throw away all this extra food. Just throw it away. It's not good for you. But I tell you, to somebody that's hungry, they may appreciate it, right? So, Neil, I don't have any choice but to be strong, brother, because I've been through so much. I'm not hungry. I remember being hungry, and I'm not going to tell that story again this week, but I'm going to tell you that when you know what it is to be hungry, when you know what it is to be without, when you know what it is to be lacking, when you know what it is to be nervous, can you pay your bill? Man, all of us have probably been to a check-to-check situation before where you needed that next check, and if you didn't get it, the things didn't end up right. Do you understand what I'm saying out there, people? Do you understand what it's like to be scared if the lights are going to be on the next week? Some of y'all may not know that, but you can sympathize with that. Can you imagine that you can't afford to pay your light bills? And me and the Lucy live in an area where it is hot. hot. Okay. Like it would be unbearable. Not, I know people during the summer who leave their stuff open, but I mean, it'd be unbearable for some people in some houses in some places living out here in the, in the desert. Okay. All right. Neil says, I get the check by check. Yeah, man. I think that I think once you understand the check by check situation, when you living from paycheck to paycheck, you know what pain is, and you know what you got to do to try to get over to the next week. Okay, sometimes it ain't that easy. So if you just join in the live stream, we're just talking right now about, hey, what happened? My car got stolen about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks ago. All right, that happened, and here I am today. Still on here smiling with you guys. And that's what we're talking about, overcoming adversity. How do you have a smile on your face, Sean? How do you keep your head up when all these bad things keep happening? Well, first of all, I have other references, other bad things that have happened that was worse than this. And I think back to those things. But as you saw the title today, count your blessings. And that's one of the ways you have to count your blessings, okay? But I'm going to get to how I dodged the bullet. That's what y'all want to know. Let's see what it is. This part of the story, I'm gonna take a sip of my Coca-Cola. They put drawers and a belt on my cup. Look at this. See that right there? That's another Superman cup. So for the longest period of time, obviously my nickname, if y'all don't know, my nickname is Superman. Now it's just Dark Clark because I'm old and I can't move that fast anymore. Okay, especially when I put them junior glasses on. All right, all right, but Wanda says, you're going to get that back 10 times, Sean. You know what? I believe that. And I believe that for the reason that, I'm not going to look, let me make this clear to everybody that's listening. I got upset. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't wait to show y'all this next video because I'm not done with this topic per se on getting over these type of things because this is life, right? In life, are we not bombarded by walking 2 steps forward to get knocked 3 steps back? It feels like on a daily basis. Feel like on a daily basis, we are fighting to just stay afloat sometimes. It's like, man, can I get a break? It's like being in a fight and just keep getting punched. What is going on? Right? I mean, I get tired of fighting sometimes. Don't y'all get tired of fighting sometimes? You feel like, man, I just need a break. And I know what people say. I've heard people say, well, adversity makes you stronger. You're right. Y'all are right. Adversity does make you stronger. It really does. I'm not going to even deny that. But when you've been through adversity so much in your life, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of always fighting. Oh, you're going to be a great example to people. Well, sometimes I don't want to be that example. Sometimes I get a little tired, people, which is why when all this took place, I was on my couch for like the whole weekend. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Your boy didn't shower. I had crumbs all over me. I was in a bad way, okay? Okay. I was pretty strung out on candy, cheese whiz. Laffy Taffies, right? I was strung out on it. Couldn't get enough of these things. All right. Gummy bears. All right. I got a bag of gummy bears. Look, we sometimes go through it. We sometimes just want to break, man. We're just tired of getting punched all the time. All right. So here's the next story. This is what y'all want to hear. What really happened? One of the mornings after I started feeling better, One of the mornings when I started going through, started trying to move on with my life, go back to the gym, starting to play kickball again. I'm doing all the normal stuff I have. I also have a rental car, so I'm blessed because I can still get around for a little bit until I figure out what I'm gonna do about this car. I get a call, everyone, that wakes me up. I believe it was Friday morning, and I get a call that day, and what they tell me is, "Hey, um, are you Mr. Sims?" Well, yes, I am. They said, "Hey, we're with the marshals. Your your car is at an impound." Hmm. Wow, that's great. Because long as there's a physical car, people, I can claim on my insurance what the deal is, right? I can claim it. If you have a physical car, I can, if they took everything and broke everything and did everything, I can claim that on insurance because it's a physical car. But what liability does not cover is a total loss of the vehicle in terms of there is no vehicle. It doesn't cover that. So that's what my problem was. So now I'm going to this impound and I'm thinking, man, they didn't took the tires off. They didn't probably took the engine out and all that stuff like that, right? First thing, my cousin was telling me that like they take your tires first. That's the easiest thing to sell and make money off of on the black market. And then they have to, probably broke in there and all kind of stuff like that. So I go to this impound and I'm like expecting the worst. When I see the vehicle, I hit my key and I can see the lights flash. That means the battery's still in the car. Wow. That was a brand new battery. That's like a high start battery. Do you think I want them push start buttons? Them things cost money. Okay, that was $150, $70 battery. All right. Still in the car. It means it still works. I get to the car, all four tires are still on the car. Wait, what? Okay, that's weird. Okay, they didn't steal anything yet. Well, let's see if they, broke the window. How did they get in? Windows are all intact. Okay, it's seeming too good to be true. Well, they certainly had to steal the bag and the stuff I had in the car. That's got to be gone, right? How'd they get in? They popped the lock. I don't know how they did it. I get in the car. Things are moved around, but there's a reason why. See, when the car tow truck brought it there, some of the stuff fell wherever. And I cleaned the car, so there was stuff on the seat that I thought maybe I moved around because somebody was in the car. No, I vacuumed the car, so I had to put that stuff up on the seat. So it was me who moved everything around in the car for the most part. What am I saying to you people? I'm saying I went to the junkyard or to the tow yard, and my car was there fully intact. And the next thing I tried was to start it. Started right up. No broken glass. Started right up. All four wheels on the tire. Nothing stolen out the vehicle, and it's there. So what happened to my car over those 12 days? And that's why I'm saying to you, we're talking about what really happened. But before we get there, I want to say the car worked. It means I dodged a bullet. I dodged a bullet. Here it was, I was upset that my car was stolen, but I got over it as best as I could. And then I go to this tow yard, and what do I see? I see that my car is there and it's fully intact. Yes. Wanda says, unbelievable. Absolutely. Yes, it's a blessing. We'll get there. Still not done with what really happened. Because we got to talk about that. Why would I think my car is stolen if it wasn't stolen? Why would I think that? I didn't park in a tow area, people. This is what I've concluded that has happened. And this was a little help from my cousin and stuff like that. I don't like all of his theory and I don't like all of mine, but I'm going to tell y'all what happened. I think what happened was there was a big event that was happening in downtown Vegas, downtown Las Vegas. There was a big event that was happening in downtown Las Vegas. That event is called Life is Beautiful, and it happens every year. Huge event. They cut off downtown, have all the people that in that little area with tickets, listening to concert bands, eating naked, neon, whatever they do, okay, at Life is Beautiful. I have no clue. So I parked there. Still had time before Life is Beautiful was there. It wasn't going to be that big of a deal. I made it there before they even started any type of building or construction on that road. So what I think was the people from Life is Beautiful probably saw a tow truck and said, yo, can you move this out the way? Now, technically, a tow truck isn't supposed to do that, especially if that's a non-tow zone. But because they can skirt that gray line of this is Life is Beautiful and it's being set up, I can move this car. But let me tell you something. They moved the car. Okay, there's also a ticket associated. There was also a ticket associated with my car. And that ticket, what I deduced, I was like, wait, if there's a ticket, then it says where they towed it from, because they wouldn't tell me at the tow yard. They act like they don't know. But the truth is this. It looked like they towed it to some street that was way out the way, but it was also a street that, because they couldn't technically tow it, so they left it on a street where I would get ticketed, and then I would get towed. And that's what happened. I believe that somebody towed my car because there's no signs of it being broken into. But for them to have towed it, and they probably shouldn't have. And then the cop act like he didn't want to touch that one. He didn't, you know, I'll talk about that here in a little bit, right? Because, you know, the police work hand in hand with those people. So they don't want them to get in trouble. Let's just forget that it's Sean's car. We don't care about that. We don't want to get each other in trouble. It's a good old boy system. We got to hook each other up, okay? We got to hook each other up. They moved my car when I saw what the street was, because I've been on that street before. Yeah, it's going to get towed eventually. It was probably annoying, and they did it so that it would get towed. So you fast forward 10, 11 days later, and that's when it shows up in the tow pound. Now, I've already paid. You want to talk about the rest of the bad? I've already paid almost $700 for a rental car, right? Almost $750, $7.50, whatever. I don't know. Care. They'll give me the 100 back. So about $650, right? $600 and $700, whatever. Plus I got to put gas in it, so $700. I've already paid for the tow car. I've had to take Lyft several places, Lyft and Uber several places. That's cost me money, all right? Even put the gas in my buddy's car. That cost me a lot of money, okay? So this ordeal has cost me money. But to have my car back is truly a blessing. I definitely dodged a bullet. Definitely I count my blessings, because I got lucky here. I don't know if y'all realize. Like, I got really lucky. Even though that they shouldn't have moved my car and I shouldn't have had to go through this for the last 10 days, that's where I get into the next part of this discussion. Count your blessings and stay positive. Thank you all that are still in the chat right now. You guys rocked with me through this situation. And let me tell you, it is not easy to find out that your car is stolen. I think we've pummeled that into the ground. But if you remember on the last live stream, despite the fact that that car is missing, we still talked about positive things. I talked about making sure that you realize that you should count your blessings. That's what I said. I said, count your blessings, people, for they are many. I said that last week. Did I not come with the positiveness? Because I had accepted the fact that these things do and will and indeed happen. And when they do, how we react to them will dictate everything. Because some of you are of the faith, and you know that how you try something, you put it through fire. and then you see what it looks like when you take it out. And if what it is looks stronger or is a stronger metal than it was when you put in, then you've passed the trial, you've passed the test. You are now ready to move on. Let's see what Neil says real quick. Neil says, always try to stay positive, and you did. Yes, brother, I tried. And look, let me say, I wasn't positive by myself. I had you guys last week. I had you guys here on the live stream cheering me on. I've seen the comments down in the other videos on me keeping my head up and what you guys thought about that. And yes, that is it. That is who I am as a person. I've overcome so much adversity through the years that I cannot begin to tell you all what I have gone through. And because of that, I was able to weather the storm. Count your blessings. I've lost so much over the years. Listen, been homeless 3 times myself over the course of time. I count my blessings. I went out to sea once, right? So I was on submarine, so we'd be gone, okay? And it was a bad winter. It was like a winter freeze. I lived in an old little shack of an apartment, and the pipes bust while I was going out to sea. So when I got back, all my stuff was wet. My couch soaked, everything, my mattress, everything just smelled like mildew. So I pretty much had to get rid of a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I had to get rid of. I've started from the bottom so many times that I ain't got no choice but to be here, okay? Wanda says, you are definitely a stand-up gentleman. Sean, I applaud you for remaining positive through it all. That's the kind of players I keep on my team. Absolutely. Right. That's exactly who you want on your team. Thank you, Wanda, because that is part of what we're talking about, right? Count your blessings and stay positive. Let me tell you, you guys ever had somebody that you knew that, look, we all get negative sometimes. We all want a little negative sympathy, okay? To say otherwise, you'd be lying to me, but you'd be more lying to yourself. You ain't lying to me, okay? You ain't gonna lie to me like that, okay? Because I know we all want some empathy, okay? And a little sympathy, okay? And look, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. We all want that, okay? We all want a little bit of that. We all want it. But when you have positive people on your team, see, they may go down, but they don't stay down. They may go down, but they don't stay down. See, because positive people on your team is going to talk the right stuff. Positive people on your team, see, they're not going to give up. Positive people on your team is going to keep pushing. Positive people on your team, even if you fall, they're not going to talk that negative. They're not going to tell you negative. They're going to tell you positive so you can get back on your feet and be the best person you can be. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why you got to have good people on your team. See, everybody watching right now is good people on my team. That's why I shout y'all out. Lucy says, I'm so glad the story has a happy ending. That is wonderful. Well, Lucy, I'm still down over $1,000, okay? But no, I say that to say not to be grateful, okay? Obviously, the title of this is Count Your Blessings. I count my blessings, all right? I'm not dwelling now. I do want to dwell on, or at least I do ponder on why what happened. You understand what I'm saying? Because it seemed to me it's like a tow truck scam. Let me tell you that the blessings still keep going on, people. Ladies and gents. See, when I went to go, there's a tow fee associated with that, right? So when I go to get the car from out of tow, I came with cash, okay? They wanted $251. I dropped $260 on them. Bop, 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 bop. Okay? Drop that on them quick. Okay? That's how I hit them up. That's what it sounds like. My money is popping, baby. All right. But I dropped that on him. When I got home, I called to tell my insurance company, just checked again to make sure, because I put the full coverage insurance back on before I even knew I had another car. Right? We're gonna deal. We ain't going back there again. No full coverage insurance. We're not gonna go back to that life. Okay, that's living on the edge now, as far as I'm concerned, especially in a place that does have car thefts. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, don't get shamed again. Okay. I went and called the insurance company. You know what the insurance company said? They said, well, we can't reimburse you for the rental car, but did they tow your car? And I had the receipt, man. Like, yeah, they towed it. Because they towed it and they was trying to charge me all this tow money, you know, my insurance company did cover the tow money. Yes. So out of that $251 I paid, and it was cheaper, it was $260. But because I paid in cash, it went to $251. And then the insurance company covered the tow. They covered $241 of it. So you know what happened? I got reimbursed for that money. I just heard it ding in my account last night. Yes, I got my tow money back. So it only cost me $10 more. That's it. Car is sitting right outside this window right here. You don't know that there's a window there, but imagine there is. Okay? Yes, I got my money back. I got my car back. Everything's intact. Everything's in it. Everything is good. I will say this. Count your blessings, for they are many. I definitely dodged a bullet. This story does have a happy ending, Lucy. For the moment, it does. Okay? It really does. But that's not the point I really want to get across to y'all. Right? The thing that I want to get across was, again, the attitude that I had throughout it. And listen, I was down. I told you I was in my underwear for 2 days straight, just eating and playing Call of Duty, playing video games. That's what I was doing. Okay, people? It's okay to be down. Just do not stay down. When you're down, don't let people keep you down. We've talked about this. It would have been easy to stay down. It was so easy to stay down and say, woe is me, but I had to live life. If you sit there and you dwell too much on the past for too long, you're going to get stuck in the past. You can't move forward to the future. You can't get the blessings that are supposed to come to you because you can't see them. You're looking behind you. You're not looking ahead to where they're coming from. That's what I was able to do. Even though my car got stolen, I was able to keep looking forward and not stay behind me. See, it's too easy to stay behind. It's too easy to want to stay behind. We got flowers, eggs, and yeast in the building. Hi, Sean. Hi, Cam and Teresa. How y'all doing? That's awesome. Yes. Yes. If you are just joining me, I am talking about how I went to the impound and that my car was there. They called me. And when I saw it, it had all 4 tires. And when I looked at it, it had all the windows. Nothing was busted. And when I went to go click my little clicker, it lit up, which means it had a battery. And then when I got inside it, I was able to start it. And then at the end, I didn't have to like get the people to tow my car to some place where they could work on it. I didn't have to get my insurance company to tow me to some place that had to work on it. I was able to drive it off that tow lot back home. In which case, right now, that car is right out. My SUV is right outside this door. Okay. We got Karen in the building. Make sure you check out Karen from the House of Chill. Okay. That's a nice thing. We got Flowers, Eggs, and Yeast in the building. I already brought that up. Please check out their channel. Oh my God, they do such great things as far as cooking and baking. And they also have their Buzz with Your Cuz series, which you talk about different types of libations. It's great channel. Listen, if you're not a part of this channel, you're not a part of other people's channel in this chat, y'all not co-mingling and cohabitating on each other's channels. All right. If you're not doing that, you are missing out. All right. Flowers, Eggs, and Yeast says that's the epitome of staying positive. Had I not stayed positive through this, I believe that this would have ended differently. I'm not saying it wouldn't have still ended in me not recovering my car. See, that was always the end result. The end result was to expect that you're not going to see that again. And it's just a piece of metal. It's a piece of fiberglass, a piece of machinery that I can recover again, that I can get something else similar to it, or I can go out and I can buy another one. Flowers As You said, thank you so much, Sean. Really appreciate the plug. Anybody who comes into this live stream and leaves a comment, we'll get a plug for the show or at least a shout out, right? Because I do have the shout out section in the beginning of the show. So when you come in, as I see you, leave a comment. I'll comment on your comment and I'll give a shout out. This is a discussion. This ain't just me just ranting. I want y'all to be a part of it. This is an interactive show. This is interactive content right here, people. If you want to talk, let's talk. Anybody in the chat right now had a situation that you've been through that it was so dire, but you were able to come out on the other side clean? Something that you were able to come out, you stayed positive and it ended up well. Do you have any stories like that? Give me a description down in the chat, right? Obviously, it's hard to do it in the chat and do without doing the dissertation. But I'm saying if you have a situation, throw me on a situation. Give me what happened real quick and give me the end result. And we'll discuss it. Because this is about positive. This is about motivation. This channel and this show is about motivation. I want you guys to be motivated to know that through it all, that I stay positive. See, I'm not just somebody up here telling you the stuff. Go look at my videos, right? This is everything I've told you guys. I'm not just talking the talk. I walk the walk too, right? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I know because I live this. This ain't something I'm just making up. I'm not just on here trying to get attention. That's not it. I don't need attention like that. Look, I grew up an only child. I was on submarines. I live a lot of time alone. I'm okay with me. I don't need the attention. But what I'm saying is if I could share something from my life that you could take, that's going to be more positive experience for you, that's going to make you live your best life. I tell you all the time about living your best life. That's not just a catchphrase anymore. I came up with that because it is a mantra for what I am trying to achieve and what I have achieved and what I have achieved but haven't seen yet that is to come. That could be for you. But it can't be the woe is me attitude. You can't sit there and be like, woe is me. And listen, I did that for a little bit. You can get knocked down. When you get in a fight, any of y'all been in a fight before? You been in a fight? You ever get punched and get knocked down? Some people are scrappy. They get right back up. They can take another punch. Or that's all that one punch wakes them up so they can get back into the fight. And some people get knocked down and they just knocked out. They never get back up. They never attempt to get back up and do what they're supposed to do. But I'm going to tell you, there's some people that get knocked down and they don't get back up right away because maybe they're not that scrappy. But maybe they take the opportunity to think about it. They take the opportunity to think and say, yo, hey, while I'm down here, what is my plan for getting back up? Because if I get back up and do the same thing I did before, I'm going to get knocked down again. Be right back here in this same situation that we here right now. Okay? If I get punched in the face and I get knocked down, I get up doing the same thing, boom, it's going to happen right again. Hold up. Let me stop real quick. My uncle, are you there, baby? What's going on? My uncle up in the building. What's going on? Right? What's up? So look, my uncle was in the house or is in the house. He's out there living his best life in an undisclosed location somewhere that I would like to be at, somewhere around that region. And that inspires me. That's what I'm pushing for. And it sucks that I take 2 steps forward to get knocked back 5. But you know what? Despite it all, I'm not going to let any of this stop me. See, this has already happened because in my head, my actions, right? My actions say that I believe that what I ask for or what I'm going for is coming to pass. Not that it will, I believe it already has. See, it's already for me. It's already going to happen. I believe that. Uncle tell you in the chat. Oh well, shit happens. That's right, Unc. And hey, last live stream, you weren't here for it, but last live stream, Unc, I told a story about, and I'm gonna tell it again for you guys since you're here in the chat, where you had gotten us that TV VCR combo. That's what you was talking about, the TV. Yes. So that's what you were talking about. My bad. So last week I told that story real quick for you guys. Since my uncle's in the chat, I love to have this interaction. But he bought this TV VCR combo. Okay. And we were having this deep conversation at the time, right? I think, Unc, you was about, what, 30 and I was about 15 at the time, something like that, right? And he was like, you know what? You got all this stuff, all this physical, all these material possessions. None of this stuff mean nothing. It's just stuff. You can get it again. It doesn't mean anything. What means something is me and you right here. This is us as family, man. This is this means something, not this stuff. Right? That's what you said. You said, man, none of this stuff matters. It just matters about me and you, man. That we doing what we got to do for our family as strong men, man. That's what we got to do. You know what? On that note, I'm going to take a shower. So Unc goes down. He's going to take a shower. Now, my bedroom is in the loft, right? So Unc goes to take a shower or whatever, right? And I had this little nightstand. It was like a little glass table, but it was like really thin frame and the glass. And look, your boy wasn't as good as engineering and putting stuff together as I am now. Uncle tell you, I put together stuff well. Matter of fact, I have screws left over and the thing just don't move. So I don't know how that's possible. I just do things very efficiently. I don't know how that's possible. But anyway, he goes down there. I put this TV on this rickety stand. And all of a sudden I'm doing something else in here. I look, people, the TV fell through the stand. And Unc comes up the stairs. And I'm like, oh, shit. God, he's going to be so mad. Unc is going to be upset. Like he just got this TV with the VCR combo. Like these expensive TV back in the day, okay? Even though I'm sure my uncle always finds the best deals. Thank you, Unc. But I said, man, he's going to come up here and he's going to be angry. He's going to be angry with me. Man, I'm coming up the stairs. He did something odd. He did something that I didn't expect. Man, he was laughing his ass off. Not going to even lie. Came up them stairs. Came up them stairs and he was, I mean, rolling damn near, okay? And I'm baffled. Dumbfounded. I have no clue. Like, how is he laughing? I broke the TV. And he said, you know, when I talked all that shit and then went downstairs to take this shower and it broke and I heard that crash, he said, I knew what it was. I knew what the lesson was. See, I was talking stuff to you about what you should do, but that lesson was for me because I talked all that. Am I a man of my word or not? Was that just talk or something I'm just talking to my nephew? Or do I believe what I say? That's Unc attitude. Oh, well. Oh, well is what Unc would say. Yes, Unc, you would always be like, oh, well. Because I tell you right now, Unc, tell me I'm not lying. Before y'all start your movie, listen to this last thing, Unc. Because you know you have the capacity to get back what's yours. You know that if something is yours, you can get it again. That's why you're not worried that the TV broke. You know you can get that again. You can acquire things again. What you can't acquire, right, are the principles that make you a better person. See, here's the thing. That's a deposit you do every day. Oh yeah, yeah. We had got movies and food. We was ready to watch movies on that VCR TV combo when it broke. You know, that's what we did after the TV broke. And so I go back to this car being stolen. See, I talk about, I have all this positive stuff on my channel telling you what I think people should do and what I've done in my time to help and hopefully help you. See, I can just tell you what my story is, but when you get to see it play out in real life, then you get to see I'm not BSing y'all. This is who I am. He said we had them shrimp po' boys. Yeah, we did. We had some po' boys. We ate. We still ate good. And honestly, we want to get another TV. I think, right? Am I tripping? Didn't we get it? Weren't we able to get another TV? I think we was. That's even funnier because it was better than the one that broke. That's the trip part about it. Okay. So look, at the end of the day, count your blessings. Count your blessings, for they are many. Yeah, we got another TV. It worked. It was better. It was bigger and better than the first one. Count your blessings, for they are many. See, the reason why I had that attitude about losing that car, listen, I told you I was down. I acknowledge the fact that I get upset. I get depressed. I get sad, but I'm a human being. And we all process grief and loss differently. What I will tell you is that because of that situation, when I was 15 years old with my uncle, and watching how he handled it, thank you, Unc, for that. Because I don't think about you in it. I just think about the situation. How, like, I learned that things do not matter. That was the first tick on the box. And like I said, your personality is a well. So every time we do positive and negative things, we are filling or taking away from that well. You're either going to be a barren well or you're going to be full of water, able to give and nourish other people. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're either going to be a barren well that gives no water and no life to people, or you're going to fill your well with water of knowledge and experience so that you can go ahead and help other people, so you can be a blessing to others. Do you understand? Brick Girls Go Stateside says, such a great lesson in that story about the TV. I love it. Yes, and what I love even more, Lucy, was that my uncle was here, right? To hear this. From your mom at Sears. Yeah, when my mom used to work security at Sears, yeah, we went in there and she was able to use her discount, I believe, and get a better TV. So, look, and that was, like my uncle said, the next day we went and did that. Do you understand? Ladies and gents, I learned that lesson from that situation. That wasn't the only lesson I had in you can gain stuff again. See, because every time that I was homeless, it was after a major relationship I had. See, do you understand? That I was sitting here trying to take care of my family and make sure they were good, so I went without. I don't think they understand that. Right? I hope my kids appreciate that. I took the L so that they didn't have to grow up, didn't have to be hungry in that moment. Do you understand? And it is those situations that I put into my well. When the pipes bust in the house, that's an act of God, as some people would say. I still knew that I could get it back. Do you understand? Let's see what we got in the chat here. That's what you always said, huh? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And I will do a show about that in itself. I think that deserves its own show. Having wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Neil says, dark times don't last always. No, they don't. They don't last always, because when you have darkness, there is also light. When you have night, you also have day. You have sunshine, but you will also have rain, because they're both needed. They're both needed for the necessity of life. So I understand that our problems and our pain define us. They make us who we are. They are the thing that forges us in the fire and makes us the metal that we are to become. I know that and I believe that. But you don't, your attitude will dictate your success in life. The people you with will dictate your success in life. Their spirits and their attitudes will dictate your success in life. See, I've had people like my uncle who, he'll tell you he ain't been perfect, and I'm not perfect either. But what he will tell you is that one thing about us Simses is that we're real. We're going to tell you real, whether you like it or not, whether you want to rock with us or not. And that real, having wisdom, knowledge, and understanding allows you to discern what is real, what can you use for edification. It is all about balance, absolutely. Yep, exactly. We got that back. We got it back. Wanda says, thank you for sharing your story with us, Sean. Your uncle is very understanding. Oh, yeah, because look, he's understanding because of all the stuff he's been through in his life. His own story is a testimony, right? My uncle's story is a testimony. And if you go look at his Facebook lives, he'll tell you sometime about the stories. They're fascinating. Even though, Uncle, you be having them crazy stories, sometimes I'd be like, okay, it'd be a normal story. You already know what I'm talking about, Uncle. And there's always a point in my uncle's stories. You're like, how did you do that? And then he'll tell you in the story, and you're like, oh, that makes total sense. Every time, he gets me every time. Story be normal, you're like, how is somebody able to do it? And he tells me how. I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. Oh, that's always funny to me. Karen says, Sean, okay. Okay, Uncle says 30 years clean and sober. Uncle, I know you went over 30 years here this year, correct? And I'm very proud of you. And I know that you did you put it in the chat on crack? Oh man, okay. So let me go back to what I was saying. So Uncle have a story, and it'll be like, okay, it'd be a normal story, right? You're like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And somewhere in the story, something unbelievable happens, right? Something is like, I don't even think that's possible. And y'all know I do engineering. I didn't then, but I do now. And even now, sometimes I'm still baffled. Well, now I'm not baffled, but I'm saying when I was young, I was like, man, that don't make no sense. How did that occur? Crack. Oh, you're like, oh, yeah, man, you cracking. Man, if you thought there was more crack under a car, you can lift that car up just to get to the crack. You see what I'm saying? So that's how the stories would escalate. But you know what? My uncle is proud to talk about that because, again, 30 years clean and sober. So what does that mean? Your life may not be the way you expected. Your life may not turn out the way you wanted to. Maybe you might go on a dark path for a little bit. But see, his story is one that you can get off the dark path and you can get back into the light. And what you can do is have that story be a testimony to somebody that needs it, somebody that isn't maybe as strong as he is, but can say like, yo, you were in your weakest and somehow you were still able to overcome that and live your best life, man. I can relate to that. I want to relate to that. I want to relate to that. I want some of that strength, man. How do I get it? You listen to these stories for encouragement. And what it is that hopefully when someone gives you one of these motivational stories of encouragement, that it lights a fire inside of you that makes you want to do something a little bit more than you did before. Maybe it just gives you a little hope that even when things are dark, you have people out there that overcome greater odds than you. See, we think it's just woe is me, but there's others sharing our grief and our pain. And we can go through this together. And when you have strong people and positive people in your life, you can overcome everything. Count your blessings, for they are many. You all are blessed beyond belief, and you don't even know it. So when bad things happen, it's okay to take a knee for a second to catch your breath, baby. It's okay to take a knee and catch your breath, okay? Because you lost your breath. Maybe you got punched in the bread basket, and you got to catch your breath, baby. That's fighting, okay? You take your man, but when I get up, oh man, when I get up, you gonna get it. When I get up, Uncle's like I was on the shit. Yeah, oh my God, Karen, man. Yeah, right. You got to get over that. Yep, clean, no booze. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. My uncle says, I did not see that coming in my life, but oh well, it made me the man that I am today. Yes. Without it, you wouldn't be where you're at. You may not even be here. Okay? Karen's like, you're exactly right. Wanda says, congrats on remaining clean and sober to both of you. Yes, both of them. Yes. Okay, now getting ready to get a flight back to the States. See you soon. Oh, you're coming back to the States. Did not know that. I guess, hey, my uncle's coming back to the States. Hey, everybody. So we'll see him soon. It's all good, okay? All right, Neff. Look, Neff. All right, make sure you have safe travels there, man. Be safe out there. Karen says, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yep, I'll see you soon, man. It's all good. You know, brother just kicking it and chilling. You know how it is, all right? So count your blessings, for there are many. Count your blessings, for there are many. And that's all I'm trying to say. I dodged the bullet, people. I am so lucky, and I am so blessed. Listen, do you have any other Uncle says, okay, see you soon. Well, there you go. My family coming back into town. So that's great news. On top of great news that my car wasn't taken. Look, you guys stay with me for a little bit. I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. If you have any type of comments about anything, leave them now in the chat. Leave them now. Look, can I say one last thing before you guys start bailing, which you guys are. But I am grateful for you all. I am grateful for the people that are in my life right now, because you guys inspire me. You guys inspire me to keep going. I know that I am a self-starter. I am what you call a self-starter. And when you're in the military, you have to be. Okay, you have to be a self-starter. Which is why when I go to jobs now, people get, the managers get mad, because I will do some stuff without people telling me, because it's just like, it makes sense to do. And sometimes it works. Like in my last job and my first job, I used to get talked to all the time. Hey, you got to garnish this thing like everybody else. You got to garnish the drinks like everybody else. Let's see what Wanda says. It's not easy. Believe me, I know. I have been a drug and alcohol counselor for 20 plus years now. I've seen a lot of success stories and decompensation. God bless. Absolutely. Thank you, Wanda, for doing that. People need people like you, and they need stories of inspiration when they are down, so that they can know that it's okay, that you can get on your feet, that you can have help, that there are people just like you that are struggling. And because of that, you may not have the individual strength to get to where you need to, but collectively you may have the strength to be able to help each other up. See, if you're down and you don't have the strength to get up, if you have a number of people holding, locking hands, and you have a number of people doing that, then even the weak people can get up at the same time and rise. You see what I'm saying? When you help each other out. All right. See what Neil says. Neil says, I'm still here, and we're grateful for you as well. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody here in this chat. Let me tell you something. Thank you so much. Thank you all for what you do. Thank you all for being there for me, and thank you all for being here through this. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. I can't say enough. And I just can't say it enough. Okay? Can't say it enough. Thank you. I love you all. And at the end of the day, y'all know what I'm about to say, okay? Live your best life.